So guys, Poco just launched a brand new device called the Poco F2 Pro, following the Pro trend that we've going on nowadays. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on whether the device has a place in this market at the price point it's being released at least globally. I'm going to be talking about the Indian pricing too towards the end, so stay tuned. So as you can see, right off the bat, they're comparing themselves to the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus and the OnePlus 7 Pro. And let me tell you right now that S20 Plus has a better camera than the Poco F2 Pro. Like, there are no doubts about that, be it whether due to software or hardware. It's just better on the Samsung. Obviously the same applies for OnePlus 7 Pro. It's better than the Poco F2 Pro. I can tell you guys that right now. So I'm a bit sad that they're comparing themselves to the overpriced phones, like specifically the OnePlus. It's a bit overpriced. S20 Plus, the Exynos version, as we know, has a lot of problems right now. Like, it's way worse than the Snapdragon version, which sold in US. But let's not get into that. Obviously, they're forgetting that both of these two phones have a 120Hz display, while the Poco F2 comes with a regular 60Hz. But you can trust me that 120Hz makes a huge difference. I have an iPad Pro right here, which I'm reading off, but it makes a huge difference. It doesn't necessarily improve the usability or anything, but it just increases the makes the experience of using your phone a lot better. Specifically, like, it increases the joy you have using your phone. I'm really disappointed that they didn't even give us a 90Hz panel, because Poco was born to be a flagship killer, and nowadays all flagships come with 90 or 120Hz. And what they've essentially done is basically rebranded the Redmi K30 Pro that's released in China, and they just rebranded it, put the Poco logo on the back, and they're selling it as Poco F2 Pro, and they didn't innovate anything, which is the worst part. And don't get me wrong, the Redmi K30 Pro is a great edge device, but for about $450, which is the Chinese pricing. I wouldn't go out and get the same phone for $560 or even $600. You can also see that they're saying, using the phrase liquid cool 2.0. But don't fall into that trap. It's just some marketing bullshit. But don't get me wrong, it's not like this phone will overheat. What I'm trying to say is that this phone is not gonna perform any noticeably cooler than other Snapdragon 865 devices. So don't fall into this trap. Now again, obviously it comes with the latest SoC from Qualcomm, being the Snapdragon 865, and that is a major upgrade from the previous Poco F1, which is Poco F1 with the Snapdragon 845. But there's one major downgrade I was able to find in this thing, and that being the exclusion of stereo speakers. In terms of design, it's obviously a major leap ahead from the Poco F1, but talking about the display specifically, it comes with a 60Hz AMOLED display with 240Hz of touch refresh rate, not the screen refresh rate, the touch refresh rate, which just means that the latency of the scrolls and everything you do on the screen will be a little less. All I'm going to say is that if you do decide to purchase this phone, the colors and everything won't be an issue. It's an amazing display. The only aspect which might disappoint you is the 60Hz refresh rate. So if that doesn't bother you, don't worry, it's an amazing panel. Moving on to pricing and my biggest controversy, the Poco F2 Pro starts at around 500 euros or $550-ish for 6GB RAM and 128GB storage variant, and that is a bit too high in my humble opinion. But now it's already done. I mean, if it would have been £100 or 100 euros or even $100 less, my words would have been totally different. But yeah, it's already released, we can't do much. Now for the Indian release, I'm hoping it's under 32 or under 30k if possible. If it's at around that price, it would be an amazing deal, especially if you don't care about high refresh rate displays. You can go out into a store and then try it out for yourself, but it would be even, if at this price point, it would be even great, because the price difference between this phone and the OnePlus 8 would be around 10k, so it wouldn't be in the same pricing category. So yeah, even more goody, I guess you would call it, would be the fact that Poco phones don't come with MIUI ads, so that's again a good perk. But that's been it for this video. Leave all your suggestions or comments in the description, or you can even join my Telegram group from the link in the description below, and do consider subscribing for more updates. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.